Hey there everybody, it is Patriot Gaming coming back at you with another gaming video. So today I have something that I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. So I've got kind of like bullet points here that I want to hit on while I am talking about the subject of the Division Open Beta and pretty much what have been improved and what the big problems are that I can see since I played this game for literally, I know I've living crap out of this. I actually have a screenshot here. What was it? How much time did I put into this thing? I put like 2 days and 3 hours into the Division beta. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty sure that I know what I'm talking about here. So anyway, getting into it, today we'll be talking about the Division's recent open beta. But before I really get into this, I'd like to give a shout out to Marty Smith for helping me level up, promoting me, and pushing me to continue on YouTube. Big thanks to KackisHD, and I never ever will get this right, even if the guy comes to me and is like, dude, this is how you pronounce my YouTube name. But it's Eric's Gaming and IGN and friends for information and gameplay. Thank you very much. Anyway, you can find all those channels and people in the description. So let's get into this. So to start us off today, about what was good and improved since the closed beta. First, improvements to the story. Well, I guess they really weren't improvements to the story as much as I guess they were just additions, and that was Subway Morgue. And that's kind of what you guys are watching right now. But the other improvements that took place were in the gameplay wise, and that was the way that you pretty much moved within the game. Back in the closed beta, you felt kind of clunky and sluggish, but now it feels a lot more crisp and sharp in terms of your movements. There was also some changes to the weapons in game. I am sorry guys, I didn't look this up and I couldn't find any weapon stats and changes, but I definitely noticed that there was a few changes when it comes to the weapons and firearms. Because back in the closed beta, I stayed far away from these guns. And that includes shotguns, submachine guns, and light machine guns. And the reason why I stayed away from them was because the submachine guns, they felt like they shot those little, those hot chocolate packets that you get those little tiny marshmallows in. Yeah, it felt like it was shooting those things, except out of a Nerf gun. So I really did not like using those. And then using a light machine gun, I swear it was like somebody went and put the recoil to max, and after like 10 bullets you were looking at the sky, and then you had to wrangle it back in order to get it to go straight again. So that really turned me off on terms of light machine guns. And then shotguns, I never liked shotguns, I never will like shotguns, and I just have a gigantic grudge against shotguns ever since Call of Duty and Battlefield. So don't ever expect me to play with shotguns on this channel. But you know what, in this open beta now, there definitely have been improvements to the light machine guns and submachine guns. I don't really know about shotguns. I tried using them a few times and they really didn't feel like they changed much. They still suck butt, and I really don't like them. They're only good unless you like getting right in front of somebody's face, or if you got people like these riot shield guys, the shotguns do amazing with. So if you deal with a lot of those guys, you're probably going to want to use shotguns. But I use submachine guns because submachine guns do just the same. But then we have, as I was talking about, submachine guns. Submachine guns have really changed in the open beta in terms of they actually do damage at range. Because back when I used them in the closed beta, it didn't really feel like they reached out to anywhere. It really felt like they were like at shotgun range, and now they're definitely at more of a competitive niche, or however you want to pronounce that, in between the assault rifle and shotguns. They definitely have their own little niche in between the two, because shotguns only go out to certain range and assault rifles are only good at certain ranges, and the submachine guns kind of fill that little niche. So, and then with light machine guns, definitely have had a big recoil reduction. I definitely can control it a lot better now. Whether that be the fact that I am just better at the game now or that they have changed it, I don't really know, but I will continue playing the game and find out whether it was me or it was the game itself, and I'll continue looking at research. Anyway, so continuing on, other problems that I found out with the game outside of the Dark Zone, so pretty much in the free roam area where you can't kill other players, there's not a lot of enemies to fight. Like, so I spent most of my time running from all of those side missions, barely ever encountering any enemies, and so it felt like I was doing, out of the entire game, which was about 2 days worth of game, I was definitely spending about 7 hours just running. There definitely needs to be more enemies running around and doing that kind of and I just need to have more encounters, otherwise I'm probably not going to play the game for very long. And so that's just one of my other problems with the game. I mean, you do run around the map, and every now and again you'll run into there's 2 enemies who are sitting there looting somebody, and you pull out your rifle, your marksman rifle, your submachine gun, or whatever gun you're using, and you just annihilate the 2 of them and you walk on. And it's not really fun. And so I think that they definitely need to go in and need to add enemies, which I hear that they are. I hear that they, just because it was the beta, they didn't really give us the entire thing in terms of the enemies. And so there's going to be like roaming enemies, and I don't know if this is actually going to happen, but I really hope it does. And this is going to be the first time that I'm actually going to say Destiny did something right. And that's with the roaming boss fights. I definitely like the roaming boss fights. Like, I would love to have like a big cleaner boss that just walks through the city and he just pops up on everybody's radar being like, hey, this guy is available to fight, please take him out, he has a bounty on his head. That would be a great and fun thing to see. So then the other problem that a lot of people have, but I never really found this a problem, was the fact of bullet sponges. And if you don't understand the meaning or the terminology of bullet sponge, a bullet sponge is an object or a NPC that goes and takes a bajillion bullets to kill. And that means that in order to kill the guy, let's say that it's one of those boss fights that you have and it takes like 20 mags to kill a guy. Well, and everybody's like, well, that sucks, that's not how it should be played. And I'm sitting here like, well, did you read the title of the game? Because the title of the game clearly states that this is a MMO RPG, third-person shooter. And I really don't think that a lot of people are actually looking at that, because most RPGs that I've played, and I've played Destiny and some other games, I can't really remember them off the top of my head. I think it was like Onigiri or whatever, just a free game that I gotta play. But all of those enemies were too, on top of that, bullet sponges or just sponges of damage in general. So, and that's kind of how RPGs work, and people don't like that, and Destiny tried to change it, and I left because they tried to change it. So, but that's pretty much what we have for the area outside of the Dark Zone. And now let's get into the good and the bad of the Dark Zone. So to start us off, I love how they have given us more enemies to fight and how they are at a higher difficulty. This makes the Dark Zone a much more diverse and fun place to play. Another good thing that the developers have changed is the bar above somebody that tells you if they are neutral or going rogue, or full out rogue. This helps you to interact with people near you. And now on to the bad parts, and let me tell you, there are quite a few that I've seen, but I'm not going to pull them all out because then it'll make the Division sound like a horrible game, which is not what I'm trying to make it out to be. I'm just saying that there are definitely a few things that the Division needs to change in order to become a game that is better, as good, if not better, than Destiny. So, to start it off, let's go and get into the part of how people like to cheat the rogue system. I don't know how this will be changed, but it just really needs to be tweaked in some kind of way. And what I mean by cheating the rogue system, and that's pretty much where you're in the dark zone and you're having a good time, you're shooting some enemies, and some random looks at you and then just jumps right in front of your gunfire while you're going all out on some enemy, and you go rogue. He turns on you and wrecks all of your team because you gone rogue. So that's a big problem that I have definitely seen. And another one that if you guys wanted to go and watch, I had a rant video out a little while ago, and so this is where you pretty much this is a big problem that I've seen, and I'm kind of concerned because there's a lot of AI skills and abilities that you can use in this game. And in the dark zone, whenever you either, number one, you put a bullet into somebody, one bullet, your device instantly trains on them, and you go rogue because your device made you go rogue. Or two, they shoot you and your device turns on them. Or three, they jump in front of your device or explosive or whatever it is, and you go rogue because you injured them. So I don't think that that's fair. Another thing is and so you wind up losing all your stuff, but that's definitely something that needs to have a big change. Another big problem is glitching out of the map or a spot where no one can get you. This is not good for a game, and it can really decrease a player basis pretty quickly. Because, I mean, if you've looked at many games where they have glitches or stuff like that, the player base has just dropped dramatically because nobody wants to deal with hackers, glitchers, and anybody like that. So they definitely need to work hard on that to get that fixed. So guys, that's all that I have for you today. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. It really helped me and the channel grow. If you want to see more up-to-date content, follow me at Twitter at PatriotGaming10. Anyways, this is Patriot Gaming, and I'm out.